The man had aimed his gun at a deer, but the moment he pulled the trigger, something unthinkable happened. The bullet struck a young boy instead. Both men froze, their minds blank. They ran to the spot, hoping it wasn't true, but there he was. A small child, lifeless, with a bullet wound in his forehead. Nick dropped to his knees, shaking, trying to wake the boy up, but it was too late. The child was already gone. Nick was shattered. Just then, the boy's father arrived. He had heard the gunshot. The moment he saw his son's body, his face went numb with grief. Then he looked up and locked eyes with Nick, the man who had pulled the trigger. Without a word, the father grabbed Nick's gun. Nick tried to explain it was a mistake, but the father wasn't listening. He was blinded by rage and grief, ready to take revenge. But before he could shoot, a bullet tore through his chest. It was Anton, Nick's friend, who fired to protect him. Now, in the blink of an eye, 2 lives were lost. Nick sat in shock, completely broken. What was supposed to be a hunting trip had turned into a nightmare. Anton, however, stayed calm. He dragged both bodies into the bushes to hide them, then told Nick to get into the car. They needed to disappear. Nick was terrified and confused. What now? Anton didn't panic. He drove north, deeper into the forest, and began setting up again for hunting. Nick, shocked, asked what he was doing. Anton replied, "We need to create a cover story. If we run, it'll look suspicious. We have to act like everything's normal, like we've been hunting in the northern woods this whole time." Nick agreed. They went to a nearby town, visited a grocery store, showed their faces, and casually mentioned they were hunting nearby. Then they returned to their hotel. Still shaken, they knew they had to go a step further. That night, they drove back to the crime scene to destroy all the evidence. Nick began digging graves. Meanwhile, Anton remembered something terrifying: the bullets. If the police found them, they could trace everything. They searched the area and managed to find one bullet lodged in a tree. But the second one? It was still inside the boy's skull. Anton knew what he had to do. He reached for his knife and, with trembling hands, cut open the boy's head to retrieve the bullet. He packed the bullets and other evidence in a bag and tossed them in the car trunk. As they were leaving, Nick noticed something. There was a boy watching them from a window above, but he looked very young. They decided to ignore it and headed back. The next morning, they planned to leave early, but exhaustion made them oversleep. When they finally got ready and came downstairs, they saw a crowd gathered around their car. The tires were slashed. Anton went down nervously, afraid their secret was out, but it wasn't about the murders. Apparently, a few nights ago at the bar, Anton had misbehaved with a local man's daughter. The father had taken revenge by slashing their tires. Fortunately, the village elder stepped in and calmed everyone down. But now, with their car out of commission, their escape plan was ruined.